It's 2 in the morning, the house is silent. The world is asleep, but you're wide awake. You're staring at the shadows dancing on the ceiling, listening to the hum of the refrigerator, your mind racing a mile a minute. You're physically exhausted, your body aches for rest, but your brain simply refuses to switch off. It's that cruel paradox of being tired but wired, a feeling that becomes all too familiar for so many of us as we move past our 50s. You might be replaying conversations from the day, worrying about your family, or stressing about the fact that you're not sleeping, which of course only makes you feel more awake. And with every tick of the clock, the frustration builds. You know that tomorrow, you'll pay the price. You'll feel groggy, your thinking will be cloudy, and that vibrant energy you want to bring to your day, to your family, to your hobbies, will be just out of reach. This isn't just a small inconvenience. A pattern of poor sleep is a thief. It steals your joy, it clouds your memory, and it can undermine your physical health. For years, we've been told that sleep troubles are just an inevitable part of getting older, that our bodies are somehow broken. But I'm here to tell you that is simply not true. Your body hasn't forgotten how to sleep. It's just that the signal to sleep has gotten scrambled. Think of it like this. Inside your brain and body, there is a master sleep switch. When we were younger, this switch was easy to flip. We'd hit the pillow, and moments later, we'd be off to dreamland. But as we age, due to subtle shifts in our hormones like cortisol and melatonin, and a nervous system that's become a little more sensitive over the years, that switch can get a bit sticky. It's not broken, it just needs a more deliberate, a more gentle approach to be flipped to the off position. Now, the common response is to reach for a pill, a quick fix that forces the switch down. But that often leads to grogginess, dependency, and it doesn't provide the truly deep, restorative sleep our bodies and brains are craving. It's like forcing a door shut that really needs its hinges oiled. What I'm going to share with you today is a simple 3-part evening ritual, a protocol designed to gently, naturally, and effectively flip that sleep switch. It's a science-backed method for oiling the hinges, calming your entire system, and sending a powerful, undeniable signal to your body that it is time for deep, healing rest. But what if I told you the key to flipping this switch isn't found in your medicine cabinet, but in a simple, forgotten connection between your mind, your breath, and even the temperature of your skin? The first step is something most of us do every night, but in a way that might actually be sabotaging our sleep without us even realizing it. We've been told for decades that a nice, hot shower or bath right before bed is the key to relaxing. It feels good, it feels calming, so it must be helping, right? Well, the science tells a fascinatingly different story. While the intention is right, the timing and the temperature are often completely wrong and can actually signal your body to stay awake longer. You see, to initiate sleep, your body's core temperature needs to drop by about 1 to 2 degrees. This temperature drop is one of the most powerful circadian signals your body has. It's like the sun setting inside you, telling every cell that night has fallen and it's time to power down for repairs. So when you take a scalding hot shower and then immediately jump into a warm bed, you're keeping your core temperature elevated. You're essentially telling your internal clock that it's still midday. You might feel relaxed on the surface, but internally, your body is getting a wake-up call, not a lullaby. So how do we use this to our advantage? We create what scientists call a temperature cascade. It's a simple, brilliant trick. Instead of fighting this biological process, we lean into it. The first part of our sleep switch protocol is the temperature drop trigger. Here's how it works. About 90 minutes to 2 hours before you plan to be asleep, you take a warm, not scorching hot bath or shower. The key is the word warm. It should be pleasant, not intense. The goal here isn't to heat yourself up like a furnace, but to bring blood to the surface of your skin. During this 15 or 20-minute bath, you can add a cup or 2 of Epsom salts. This isn't just an old wives' tale. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium is a natural muscle relaxant and plays a crucial role in calming the nervous system. So you're getting a double benefit here. Now, here comes the most important part of this step. When you get out of that warm water, you don't rush to get into a stuffy, warm bedroom. Instead, you step into a room that is comfortably cool. As your body is exposed to this cooler air, the heat rapidly dissipates from the surface of your skin. This creates a powerful and rapid drop in your core body temperature. That dramatic drop sends an immediate, loud, and clear signal to your pineal gland in your brain. The sun has set. Start producing melatonin. Melatonin is our natural sleep hormone. This simple act of warming up and then cooling down is one of the most effective, drug-free ways to kickstart that process naturally. So let's recap the protocol for this first step. The when, 90 to 120 minutes before bed. The how, a warm, not hot bath or shower, perhaps with Epsom salts. And the crucial follow-up, the environment. Step out into a cool, comfortable room to allow your body temperature to fall. This contrast is everything. By doing this, you've successfully managed the physical part of the equation. You've essentially tricked your body's thermostat into starting the sleep process. That's the physical signal. But what about the mental chatter? The endless loop of thoughts, worries, and to-do lists that can keep the sleep switch jammed firmly in the ON position, no matter what your body temperature is doing? The next step is a simple 3-minute technique, a technique used by elite soldiers to fall asleep under immense pressure, and I promise you, it has absolutely nothing to do with counting sheep. We've all been there. You've had your warm bath, you're in your cool room, you feel physically ready for sleep, but your mind is running a marathon. This mental static is often the biggest barrier to a good night's rest. It's the result of a nervous system that's stuck in high gear. Think of your nervous system as having two primary modes, like the accelerator and the brake in your car. All day long, we're pushing the accelerator. We're dealing with traffic, appointments, news, family needs. This is our sympathetic nervous system, our fight-or-flight response. It keeps us alert and active. The problem is, many of us forget how to use the brake. The brake is our parasympathetic nervous system. This is our rest and digest mode. It's the state of calm, healing, and restoration. As we get older and life stresses accumulate, it's easy to get stuck with our foot on the accelerator, even when we're lying in bed. Our body is producing stress hormones like cortisol at the exact time it should be winding down. So how do we consciously, deliberately press the brake? We use our breath, but not just any breathing. We're going to use a specific, powerful technique known as 4-7-8 breathing. It was popularized by Dr. Andrew Weil and is a modern adaptation of an ancient yogic practice. It acts as a natural tranquilizer for the nervous system. It's incredibly simple, which is what makes it so brilliant. It gives your racing mind one simple task to focus on: counting. Here's how we do it, and I invite you to try around with me right now. First, sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth, and keep it there through the entire exercise. Now exhale completely through your mouth, making a gentle whoosh sound. Get all the air out. Next, close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose to a mental count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, hold your breath for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the most important part. Finally, exhale completely through your mouth, making that whoosh sound again for a count of EIGHT. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one full cycle. Let's do it 2 more times together. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale through your mouth with a whoosh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. Inhale, 4. Hold, 7. And exhale, 8. What you've just done is a powerful physiological reset. The science here is fascinating. When you are stressed, your breathing is shallow and rapid. By deliberately slowing it down, you're sending a feedback signal to your brain that everything is okay. But the real magic is in that long, 8-second exhale. A long, controlled exhale stimulates the vagus nerve. This is the superhighway of your rest and digest system. Activating it is like directly telling your heart to slow down, your blood pressure to lower, and your muscles to relax. You are manually overriding your body's stress response. You are pressing the brake. 3 or 4 cycles are often enough to feel a profound sense of calm wash over you. We've now calmed the body with temperature and quieted the mind with breath. We are so close, but there is one more piece to this puzzle. A sneaky saboteur that is very likely sitting on your nightstand, in your bathroom, or hanging from your ceiling right now, and it's silently undoing all of our good work. And I'm not just talking about your phone. This is about a specific type of light that is programming your brain to stay awake, and the simple, delicious, golden hour food that can help counteract it. For thousands of generations, the human sleep cycle was governed by a simple, powerful rhythm: the rising and setting of the sun. Bright, blue-toned light in the morning told our brains to be alert and awake. The slow transition to the warm, amber, and red tones of sunset, followed by darkness, was the universal signal to produce melatonin and prepare for sleep. In the last century, we've completely disrupted that rhythm. We live in a world of artificial light, and the biggest culprit when it comes to sleep is blue light. Now, we hear a lot about blue light from our phones, our tablets, and our televisions, and that's absolutely true. But the problem is much bigger than that. That bright, energy-efficient LED bulb in your overhead lamp, it's blasting your brain with blue light. The light in your bathroom where you brush your teeth before bed, it's likely a major source of blue light. This specific wavelength of light travels directly to a sensor in the back of your eye that communicates with your brain's internal clock. To put it in an analogy, exposing your eyes to bright, blue-toned light in the evening is like drinking a shot of espresso directly into your brain's clock. It screams, "Wake up! It's midday!" It actively suppresses the production of melatonin, sometimes for hours. So even if you've had your warm bath and done your breathing exercises, the light in your environment might be keeping your brain in a state of high alert. This brings us to the third and final key of the protocol, the light and nutrient signal. First, we need to create what I call a digital sunset inside our homes. 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed, it's time to signal to your brain that the day is ending. Turn off all bright, overhead lights. Switch to using low-wattage lamps. And ideally, the bulbs in those lamps should be warm-toned. You can even buy specific amber or red-toned light bulbs for your bedside lamp, which have virtually zero blue light and will not interfere with melatonin production at all. If you must use a screen, use the night mode settings that warm up the color of the display. But honestly, the best thing you can do in this last hour is to put the screens away entirely. Pick up a physical book, listen to calm music, have a quiet conversation. Let your eyes and your brain relax. Now for the second part of this step, the nutrient signal. This is about giving your body the raw materials it needs to produce sleep hormones. This is not about having a big meal, which can disrupt sleep. This is a small, strategic, golden hour snack about 90 minutes before bed. The goal is to consume 2 key things, an amino acid called tryptophan, and a small amount of complex carbohydrates. Tryptophan is the building block your body uses to create serotonin, which then gets converted into melatonin. The complex carbs cause a tiny, gentle insulin release, which helps shuttle that tryptophan across the blood-brain barrier, making it more available for your brain to use. So what does this look like in practice? It's incredibly simple. A small bowl of oatmeal, a handful of almonds or walnuts, with a few dried tart cherries. Cherries are one of the few natural food sources of melatonin itself. A small banana, which contains magnesium and tryptophan. Or even a piece of whole wheat toast with a slice of turkey, another great source of tryptophan. What you absolutely want to avoid are sugary snacks, which can spike and crash your blood sugar, waking you up later. And while a glass of wine might make you feel drowsy initially, alcohol is notorious for fragmenting your sleep in the second half of the night, preventing you from getting that deep, restorative rest. So now we have the complete 3-part ritual. The temperature drop to signal the body, the nervous system reset to quiet the mind, and the light and nutrient signal to support our natural sleep hormones. But putting them together in the right order with the right timing and the right mindset is what truly creates the sleep switch protocol. Now, I'm going to walk you through a complete, step-by-step evening timeline from dinner to dreamland so you can start reclaiming your nights tonight. Knowledge is wonderful, but it's action that creates change. So let's bring all these pieces together into a simple, actionable timeline. Think of this not as a rigid set of rules, but as a gentle, flowing guide to prepare your entire being for rest. You can adjust the times to fit your own schedule, but the sequence and the intervals are key. Let's say your desired bedtime is around 10 p.m. 7 p.m. Finish your last big meal of the day. This gives your digestive system plenty of time to do its work so it's not active while you're trying to sleep. 8 p.m. The digital sunset begins. This is a crucial transition. Turn off bright overhead lights. Switch to your warm-toned lamps. Turn off the television. Put the smartphone down on its charger for the night, preferably outside of the bedroom. Let the world of blue light and stressful news fade away. 8:30 p.m. Prepare and enjoy your small golden hour snack. Maybe it's a warm mug of chamomile tea with a handful of almonds. Take your time with it. This is a moment of quiet nourishment. 9 p.m. Begin your temperature drop ritual. Step into your warm, not hot bath or shower. Let the warmth soothe your muscles. Don't rush. This is a 15 to 20 minute period of decompression. 9:20 p.m. Step out of the bath and into your cool, comfortable bedroom. Dry off. Put on your light, breathable pajamas. Feel the contrast as your skin cools, and know that you are sending a powerful sleep signal to your brain. 9:30 p.m. Get into bed. But here's a critical mindset shift. You are not getting into bed to sleep. You are getting into bed to relax. Pick up your physical book and read under the dim, warm light of your bedside lamp for about 20 minutes. This helps disassociate the bed from the anxiety of trying to sleep. 9:55 p.m. Close your book and place it on your nightstand. 10 p.m. Turn off the light. Lie down in your favorite sleep position. Now, perform 4 to 5 cycles of the 4-7-8 nervous system reset breath. With each long exhale, feel the tension melting away from your body. And now, the final step. Let go. Let go of the need to sleep. You have done everything you can to create the perfect invitation for sleep to arrive. Your job is done. Trust that your body knows what to do. The goal of this ritual is not to force sleep. The goal is to achieve deep relaxation. Sleep is simply the beautiful, natural side effect. Now, what if you wake up at 3 a.m.? It happens. The worst thing you can do is lie there, getting frustrated. Don't turn on the lights, and absolutely do not look at your phone. If you're still awake after 15 minutes, get out of bed. Go to another dark or very dimly lit room. Read a few pages of a boring book, or just sit in a comfy chair and perform the 4-7-8 breathing again until you feel drowsy. Then return to bed. The goal is to reinforce the idea that your bed is for sleeping, not for anxious wakefulness. This protocol is a practice. It's about retraining your nervous system and realigning your body with its natural rhythms. It might not work like magic on the very first night, though for many it does. The key is consistency. Be patient and be kind to yourself. You are learning a new skill, the skill of letting go and allowing rest to find you. Your body is not broken. Your ability to sleep deeply is not gone. It's just waiting for the right signals, the right invitation. By following this protocol, you are providing that invitation, night after night. You are taking back control, not with force, but with wisdom. If this guide has been helpful, and you're ready to reclaim your nights so you can energize your days, I would be so honored if you would subscribe to Better Health. We create new videos every single week, designed with your health, your vitality, and your happiness in mind. Click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll be exploring a 5-minute morning mobility routine to erase stiffness and start your day feeling fluid and free. Thank you for joining me. Your journey to better health continues now.